Okay, this is going to be episode 2 of Going Postal with your correspondent, Johnny Wiseman. Make this quick here as possible. Let's just talk about these protesters on campuses real quick. It is very current and very right now. Um, First off, if you look at any of the things, and I've posted a couple of posts about this, but and thanks to Lori Harris also for providing some of the providing photos. But if you'll notice, the tents, they're all either the same color, kind of green usually, or they're the same, different color but same construction mostly. Um, and they pop up just immediately. They're just there. All of a sudden, all these kids are going out and getting all this stuff. College kids running out, coordinating that kind of thing. No, no. Let's not be let's not be idiots about this. I mean, you see them talk about it on TV and stuff like that, and they act like these are good little kids. They're good people. They're honestly protesting. No, if you look at them real close, most of them do not look like 18 to 22. They look 24 to 30, 33, 35 even. They're older looking kids in general. Now, I'm sure the younger kids are infiltrating in when they're in there with them. These are paid protesters. This is BLM 2.0, and you know it. You know it is. It's BLM 2.0. These are basically the same people, different clothing, putting on all the Palestinian stuff, and looking the role and looking the part, acting the way, and it's all funded by guys like George Soros and just the elite people with too much money, too much time, and too big of egos. And they want to do anything they can to kind of screw things up because you know what? They make money when things are screwed up. That's when they make their big money. I've always said don't pay attention to some of these millionaires like whatever that guy's name and the one that does the Nebraska Furniture Mart stuff. That the guy that owns all that. People say, oh, I pay attention to what he says. I would do the exact opposite that he says because if he's telling you to do something, it means he's making money on the back end of that of people reacting to what he says. People don't see that. They think like, oh, he says do it, so let's do it. No, do the opposite of what he says. If you're going to do it, if you've got the money to do it, do the opposite of what he says. Because the opposite is what he's going to be doing once all the other people do what he says do. These people are controlling the slow-minded idiots in this country. They're controlling them just because they don't think deep enough. They don't want to think deep enough. They can't think deep enough. They don't look past what's on the surface. And so, I mean, this is quite obvious. All you have to just think about it. You don't have to really think about it hard either. You just got to kind of piece it together and look at it and go like, okay, this doesn't make sense. That doesn't make sense. This doesn't make. Why? Boom. There you go. It's not hard. It's hard to admit you're wrong, but it's not hard to figure out the truth. The second part of this is I remember looking at the protests as a kid and when the hippies were doing their thing in the 60s and early 70s and whatnot. Man, you had pretty girls running around with halter tops and short pants on in these crowds. They were all looking cool, flashing peace signs, all high and all going around acting cool, blah, blah, blah. Gorgeous girls, blah, 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 blah. If you looked at this crowd, look at any of the crowds that they put up. Any of them. Uh, these are angry people. They're angry because they're unattractive, undesirable, angry, probably more undesirable because they're angry to begin with. They bought into the whole victim thing in life. And so they're able to be bought like a person like Soros, but by a person like Soros. They're able to be radicalized. That's the proper word for it. They're able to be radicalized by people who have an agenda, and they tell these rather idiotic, angry, unattractive males and females. And we're not going to get into the gender thing. They're males and females. Let's face it. You got one or you don't. If you got one, you're a male. If you don't, you're a female. Deal with it. But other than that, they get these unattractive males and females, and they radicalize them, these angry, poor little slugs, and they go out there and do radicalize them, and then that's what we get. That's what we get. The good news is that in the old days, in the hippie days, I think they were all having like the free sex thing, and they were actually repopulating, and we had a bunch of beautiful kids come out of that. I don't see a lot of kids coming out of this. I really don't. I don't think there's going to be a whole lot of mistakes come along, so to speak, which means that these groups are not going to be repopulating, I don't think. And that's good news for America if this group doesn't repopulate at all. Please, everybody hope everybody on those campuses are all on the pill, took preventive stuff, got their stuff cut off, got their stuff cut out. Do your thing. That's fine. Great. We don't have to worry about repopulating with your failed genetics. Thank you very much. Y'all have a good one.